So crazy scenario Friday. Thanks Facebook for giving your suggestions. Today we decided that we were going to work on a defense against somebody swinging a skateboard at you. Never fun. All right. So first things first. When we're talking about somebody swinging a skateboard at you, we have to treat it as though it's one of our higher level Krav Maga defenses with a bat or a sword or something of that nature, right? Skateboards are oddly shaped, but we're gonna treat it the exact same way. So, as this person is swinging, if it's an overhead swing where it's coming straight over the top of you, we're gonna do our overhead defense with the baseball bat. Or a stick defense, I should say. Now, if it's coming to the side, we're gonna do our baseball bat defense. Here's the thing, it's really tricky. If I'm not sure, I'm just gonna default to the overhead swing. As the swing is coming down, I'm gonna tuck my chin and get my weight into him. It's super important that I get my weight into him. Remember, this weapon is a long-range weapon. I don't want to stay at the end of this stick. I want to get in as close as possible. So I'm going to start driving my weight forward. I'm not going to step, but the easiest thing is tuck my chin and then go, right? It's a reaction. Normally we want to react with our hands up and moving our head away, but instead now I'm going to tuck my chin and dive in. As I dive in, I'm going to build a wall. Or a ramp, I should say. When I build this ramp, my arm is going to shoot straight up in the air towards the apex of this swing. Once I feel that stick or that item hit my hand, I'm going to burst in. We have our level 1 punch, which is super simple. As my hand goes straight up in the air and my weight is going forward, I'm going to send this straight punch. Once again, we're putting a couple things together. On that first swing, I tuck my chin and start driving my weight into him. The next thing is that I am now building a wall as I'm doing that. It's almost like I'm diving into a swimming pool, right? So boom, arm goes straight out, it doesn't swing. It shoots straight out. After that, and I feel that bat or that skateboard hit my hand and start to slide down, I'm just gonna burst in and throw this punch. Once I throw this punch, I'm gonna control the weapon or control his arm. I'm gonna wrap at his shoulder. Not gonna wrap at his arm or towards the bat. I'm gonna wrap at his shoulder because that's the least moving part of his body. If he moves the skateboard back, I may miss the skateboard. If I aim for his arms are gonna go further back, but his shoulder definitely will not go back further than I can wrap. Once I wrap that shoulder, I'm gonna get it nice and tight. I like to call it the handcuff. I'm gonna drive his head away from the bat and keep him in front of me, and then from there, level 1 combatives, right? Knees, I can throw groin kicks, elbows. Once I've broken this dude down and I know that there's no fight in him, then I can start working on taking this bat away. Not any sooner. I'm not gonna send a couple of strikes and go for this bat unless I have to. Maybe he has a third party coming in or something of that nature, but unless that happens, I'm gonna beat him until I know that there's no fight. So maybe he's down on the ground, he let go of the skateboard or something of that nature. So, all right, so at this point, guys, I've broken this guy down. He's not fighting back, and I want to take this skateboard away. It's gonna be a little awkward. Notice I got my hands wrapped. I have both of his hands, which is okay. From here, guys, I'm gonna take my shoulder. I'm gonna let go of my controlling arm on his shoulder. I'm gonna take my left shoulder. I'm gonna drive it into him, which is hopefully either gonna loosen up his hands or his grip. So I'm gonna drive my shoulder in towards him. Now, if he's still holding on from here, I can go back to fighting and controlling that arm, or I can take my right arm and now come across and chop at his arm. So now this skateboard is mine. Any which way, I need to make sure I have some kind of control on him while I'm doing this, right? I can't just let go or pray that he's gonna let go. I gotta kind of feel what he's doing. So once again, I've beaten him, he's not really fighting. I rotate my shoulders through his hands, bang. Maybe he's still holding on. So maybe I go back to controlling him and then get that arm across, and now that skateboard is mine. I'm not gonna ride away from the skateboard with the skateboard because, well, I can't ride a skateboard. At least I have it. So guys, now we just got done talking about the baseball or the overhead swing. Now let's talk about this baseball swing. So this swing is now coming on a horizontal plane, right? I know for sure this person's loading up and coming across the plane, across this horizontal plane. First thing, like we said before, I want to tuck my chin and get my weight in. I just do not want to be at the end of this swing. My hand furthest away from the swing, so if the swing is coming to my left side, my right hand is going to come across and cover my head. Boom. My right hand is now going to shoot out, and it's almost like I'm shooting my hand at their knees or something close to that. I'm actually building a wall. My elbows are gonna come together as best as I can. If I can't get my elbows, I will just drive my body towards, or my shoulders towards the swing. So now I tuck my chin and I've built this wall. I wanna burst in. So of course, level 1 bursting in, I lift my left leg up off the ground, I push off my right leg to close that distance. As soon as I close that distance and I feel that swing hit my shoulder, now my arm is gonna stretch out. My arm that shot straight out stretches out past his shoulder and it's under his arm, not over. My other arm is gonna come around and load up for an elbow. I've defended the initial swing, but I need to worry about other things happening in this fight, him changing this fight. So I need to hit him. I throw this elbow, bang, hit him with the elbow, and then I collect his arms. Remember, I want to collect his arms so he doesn't continue swinging. Once I collect his arms, I'm doing an underhook. I get him into a knee position, and I start hitting him with knees again. Hit him with knees, and now depending on where the skateboard is at, I'm gonna now reach over and get the skateboard. Remember, I'm not going for this skateboard after 2, 3, or 4 strikes. I'm gonna go for the skateboard when I know that this guy doesn't have a fight in him anymore. Maybe him on his knees, and maybe him trying to let go of the skateboard and I can feel him running away, then I can go away, I can try to grab it. Or there's a third party or somebody else coming in. Big issue, I got a weird object and I'm controlling his arms. I've been fighting, I know that the fight is out of him, I wanna take this weapon. Look, I can grab here, but it's difficult because now, the skateboard's now running across my chest and I can feel it under my pec muscle. It's ridiculous, right? I might be able to get it and come across down, but his body's in the way, maybe down this way. Guys, work what you can work, right? Maybe I'm fighting, I know I don't have that fight, boom, and then I'm just working all the way through. You just gotta work through it. It's not gonna be perfect. There's just no way for this to be considered as perfect as a stick is gonna be. Stick, it's easily held. Remember, he's holding this in an odd way too, right? At the 2 ends, he has 2 points of contact. I really am just trying to grab 1 point of contact and rip him out of his hands. With the stick, he may have 2 points of contact, but I can now drive through where his fingers meet. So if he's holding the stick, his fingers meet here, I'm driving through. It's a little bit different now because he has both ends, right? So how do I get that out of his hand? I don't have that perfect answer. That's something you definitely have to work through, right? Bang, and as I'm controlling, when we get to this position, maybe I'm doing this and then fighting back, and now I have his weapon and I can use it as a weapon if he comes back to me, or I can skateboard away. Once again, I'm not gonna try. I might fall. But that's a big thing, guys, is that we can't have this perfect takeaway. Maybe you don't work the takeaway. Maybe you just beat him until he lets go. I don't know. See what happens. You know what it is? I'm old, man. I'm in my head. I can't do it. I cannot skateboard no more. I used to skateboard all the time. I feel like if I just, look, this is terrible. Ah! It's gonna be in the reels. All right, here we go. All right, there's my ollie.